Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my giant Hexagon gift box. If you recall, maybe, I think it was last month, I made my dainty Hexagon favour, which was just the cutest little thing. So I decided, as this was so cute and so lovely and such fun, that I would go giant. So here is the giant version. I thought this would be perfect for a Mother's Day gift for a plant-loving mum, stepmom, or whoever relative you may want to gift to on Mother's Day. As you can see, I've adapted it slightly. I've actually curled the corners up of this one just to make it a bit different. But yeah, and I've used the Bloom Where You're Planted. Bloom Where You're Planted? Yes. Because I just think it's so cute and I love it. I love this brickwork. You obviously could, if you wanted to, add plants or sentiments all the way round. The decoration, well, that's just entirely up to you. It's made exactly the same way as the dainty, just with larger measurements. Excuse me. I have added a little heart here because I just thought if it was Mother's Day it was nice to add something, and yeah, I have to add bling to everything. This is the Supple Shimmer specialty paper, and this heart is actually from the Sweet Hearts die from the Sweet Conversations suite. But again, use what you have in your stash. I have some, well, it's quite funny actually. I have on my light base just here, I have another single heart and just a couple of bits of scrap of that Supple Shimmer that I know I don't want to throw away because that's useful. I could get, I don't know, 10-15 hearts out of those. So I don't throw them away, I do keep them. And then every so often I have to have a clear out because I've got that many die cuts just left over there. Right, I did make the centimetre version. It's not sturdy, it is just with leftover. I always save, if I have 2 or 3 sheets of my Celebration DSP left over that's 12 by 12, I keep it for making prototypes and stuff because it's perfect. I don't want to use the good stuff, but I use the leftover stuff. So this is the centimetre version. As you can see, it is the same. It's the same height, the same depth. Yeah, it is exactly the same. So it worked out really well. So let's go ahead and make it. I'm using this pattern this time, although I was mindful that by the time I've scored and cut it, most of it is going to be white, but we'll go with it. We'll see. So you need 2 pieces then that are 8 by 7.5, 20, no, that's not going to be right. Oh no, yes it is, 20 by 18.5 centimetres. On both pieces, you want to score the long side at 2, 4 and 6 inches. Then you're going to rotate it clockwise and score at 1 3/4 and 4 1/4. So with my second piece, 2, 4 and 6, 5, 10 and 15 centimetres. Rotate clockwise, 1 3/4, 4 1/4, which is 4 and 10.5 centimetres. So as I say, you've got both sides the same, both pieces the same. We'll fold and burnish these score lines. Don't know if you can hear my washing machine, I do apologise, it's on a spin and it's quite loud. It will stop in a minute, I promise. So fold and burnish those pieces, both pieces the same. Oh actually no, the lid is going to work well, isn't it? My pattern will be on the sides. Oops, I don't know if that went a bit skew with then. Let's try again. It's better. It's getting a bit excited then. Okay, so once you've done that, what you need to do on your first part here is cut up the base, each section to that first horizontal score line. But when you get to this square, we're going to cut it away with just a little wedge. Okay, we are then going to add adhesive to both of these sections here, and then you're going to put this one over the top. Make sure your score lines are lined up, and then we're going to carry on along and cut up the rest. Okay, so then we're going to repeat that process on here. Just cut away the bottom square with a wedge. So when this all folds round, these will adhere together as well. But the first thing we want to do now, once we've done that, is across the top section here, we're going to cut from this corner down to that corner where your score lines meet. Okay, so we're literally going from top corner to that corner. So we're going to cut, if you'd prefer to use your trimmer, if you're not confident in using your scissors, then that's fine. This one piece here, we are going to cut away just with a little wedge again. But we're going to carry on now all the way along. So from the score line down to where the score lines meet. All the way down, all the way across. It can be a little bit of a handful because you've got a lot of paper to hold. But all the way along, and then your very last one you cut down and you'll just throw away that spare corner too. Flip it over. So we are now going to add adhesive just the same as we did with the dainty on this inside section here. Give those score lines another burnish and press that glue down, and hopefully you work your way along, they just stay in place. This one might feel a bit different because it's double thickness DSP, as is this one. Oops. Again, work your way along. And then to this last one here. Again, put that down. Okay. Back over again now. We're going to put adhesive on our tab here, like so. So fold it over. It's equal, so it should work fine this way. Fold it. How on earth? Okay, something's not quite right there, because this should meet. I don't quite know why it hasn't. Very strange, but we'll roll with it. That's really confused me, but we'll see how this pans out. So stick these together. Yours should fold over. I do not know why mine hasn't. I can only imagine that I've got a measurement wrong somewhere, and one of these sections is not quite right, but I'm sure that will become evident in a moment. Okay, right, that's glued down. Then you need to do your base. So you can open these out, it just makes life a little bit easier. Like so. And then it doesn't really matter where you start. We're just going to put one in all the way round, and then when you get to the last one, it is a little bit fiddly, but you can just tuck it underneath the first one and they will sit together like so. And once you've done that, you then need to add your reinforcements, if you like. So I've just used my layering circles. I have a just jade for the outside and basic white for the inside. So I'm just going to add some adhesive onto that and pop that one on the base, and then spin it over and repeat with my basic white on the inside. And that's just going to sit just in there. And then I'm just going to press them down for a second, obviously the one on the base and the one on the inside. And that gives you nice sturdy base. You can use bigger circles if you want, I'm not so concerned. Again, if you want to stamp a little sentiment on that basic white before you pop it in, you can do. And then again, with your lids, we're going to go around, let's fit them in. So you're just tucking them underneath, working your way round. And then your last one, just be careful with your DSP because you don't want to rip it. Just carefully encourage it to go the way it needs to. Oh, I'd have no clue why that didn't fit then, that tab, because it all worked out fine. And then, as I said, if you want to, you can just go round. And I just did this just to give it a bit of an extra look, really, just to curl those edges. This one might be a bit tougher because it's a bit thicker. There you go. I think that adds quite a nice look to it. And then all you need to do then is add your decoration. So I've got the same again here. I have already done these just to save time. So I'm going to add just a glue dot to my actual plant, and that will stick just into my plant pot like so. And then dimensionals on the back. I like this because it's just the right size to fit. I might have to use a mini one on that one, I think. Just like so. So take these off and then stick it onto the front of your box. And then my final bit, and just trim this down. This is still using Plentiful Plants. There's the Love You and obviously the stamps here that I've used and the die cuts that correspond. And then I just want to add a couple of dimensionals to this. Which will just go on the front here. And then I'm going to be cheeky and use that little heart that I had left over and just pop it. I mean, you could add it to your plant or anywhere, but I just think it's discreet enough to just go there. And that is that. My giant hexagon gift box. Hope you like them. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week and I'll see you soon.